When we think about narcissism, most of us tend to picture someone who's overly confident, always needing attention, and having a tendency to put their own needs above others. But what happens when you're in a relationship with a narcissist? What happens when their constant need for validation, control, and manipulation becomes a part of your daily life? How does it affect you as a person? The truth is, a narcissistic relationship can have a profound and often destructive impact on your personality, sometimes without you even realizing it until much later. In the beginning, everything feels magical. Narcissists are known for their charm. They know exactly how to make you feel special, like you're the only person in the world. They'll shower you with compliments, give you attention like you've never experienced before, and make you feel incredibly loved. At least that's how it seems. But over time, the cracks start to show. The relationship shifts, and you begin to realize that their love and attention are often conditional. They want to be admired, adored, and put on a pedestal, and you are expected to fulfill that role. As the relationship progresses, a subtle transformation starts to take place within you. First, your self-esteem begins to erode. Narcissists are experts at gaslighting, making you question your reality, your worth, and your decisions. Over time, you start to second-guess yourself, thinking that maybe it's not them but you who's the problem. The constant need for validation that comes with being involved with a narcissist can leave you feeling unsure of your own identity. You might find yourself constantly seeking their approval, and in doing so, you lose touch with what you truly want or need. Their voice becomes louder than your own, and their opinions begin to shape how you see yourself. Another huge influence of a narcissistic relationship is how it impacts your boundaries. Narcissists have a tendency to push and disregard boundaries, either overtly or subtly, until you no longer know where you end and they begin. They will demand your time, energy, and emotional availability on their terms, and you may find yourself prioritizing their needs over your own. Slowly, without even realizing it, you've given up pieces of yourself to meet their insatiable demands. This loss of personal boundaries can make it incredibly difficult to remember what your own desires and limits are. Your individuality begins to fade as you become more consumed with keeping the narcissist satisfied, leaving little room for your own self-care or growth. As this dynamic continues, many individuals in narcissistic relationships also begin to experience an overwhelming sense of anxiety and self-doubt. The constant emotional roller coaster, the highs of their affection followed by the lows of their withdrawal or cruelty, can leave you in a perpetual state of stress. You might feel like you're walking on eggshells, unsure of when the next outburst or criticism will come. This unpredictability can lead to an erosion of confidence. When you're constantly made to feel like you're not good enough, even in the smallest of ways, your sense of self-worth can be deeply damaged. The relationship doesn't just affect your current emotional state. It alters how you perceive yourself and your place in the world. The long-term consequences of this kind of emotional manipulation can be serious. Being in a narcissistic relationship for an extended period can lead to the development of learned helplessness. You may start to believe that there's no way out of the situation, or worse, that you're incapable of making decisions for yourself. This can deeply impact your autonomy, leaving you feeling helpless and stuck. Over time, you may start to neglect your own needs and desires, allowing the narcissist to dictate the course of your life. The emotional toll doesn't stop with your identity and boundaries. It can also affect how you interact with others. You may begin to doubt the sincerity of other people's affection, assuming that everyone is as manipulative or self-serving as the narcissist you've been with. Trusting others can become incredibly difficult, as the narcissistic relationship has conditioned you to be suspicious of people's intentions. The longer you stay in this toxic environment, the more you internalize these patterns of mistrust and emotional withdrawal, making it harder to form healthy, balanced relationships in the future. If you manage to get out of a narcissistic relationship, the healing process can be long and difficult. It's not just about ending the relationship, it's about reclaiming the parts of yourself that you lost in the process. Rebuilding your self-esteem, reestablishing your boundaries, and learning to trust yourself again can take time. But it's not impossible. With support, therapy, and self-reflection, it's possible to regain a sense of who you truly are outside of the narcissist's influence. So, if you're currently in a relationship with a narcissist or suspect that you might be, I encourage you to pay attention to how you're feeling and how this relationship is impacting you. Your personality, your identity, and your sense of self are too valuable to lose in a relationship where you're constantly undervalued and manipulated. Remember, you deserve love that lifts you up, not one that drains you.